Now if we want to know the purpose of our life, and we want to know the reason for our existence, from where are we going to get this knowledge? From where are we going to get this information? We could become like the philosophers, sit and think and think and think and think. But if you study philosophy, you will find that every single philosopher came up with a different idea. Every philosopher came up with a different idea. Whether it's Aristotle or Plato or Descartes or whoever they may be, they came up with all with different ideas. What's the purpose of life? Some of them even maybe there's no purpose in life. Science will not answer this question. Where do we find the answer to this question? The answer to this question can only come from the one who created us. The one who created the human being. The one who made us knows the answer to this question. What the Creator made us for. Why are we here? What's our life for? What's the reason for our existence? And in fact, if you think about it, the only answer that will satisfy you 100% is when you know the one who made me told me this is why he made me. No other answer will make you really happy inside your heart. So if we want to know what is the purpose of life, we need that knowledge from God. We need that knowledge to come from our Creator. But how do we get that knowledge? What do we do? How do we get that knowledge? Now people may suggest different things. Maybe God just left some book lying around somewhere with all that knowledge in it. Or maybe God teaches every single person that knowledge. But if you think about both of these things, there are many disadvantages to those type of concepts. For example, if you have a book, really in order to explain this book, in order to explain everything, will have to be very, very big. When I bought this mobile phone, I got something very important in the box with the mobile phone. Now me, I'm not very well versed in technology. So something very important came with this mobile phone. Does anyone know what that thing was? Instruction manual. And believe me, it was a big instruction. It was thicker than this pad of paper. Big instruction manual. How about the human being? We are even more complicated than the mobile phone. How about our instruction manual? If we don't even know what is the purpose of our life, how about living the life? How about fulfilling the created purpose? We need guidance from the one who made us. My phone is made by Nokia. I don't need the book from Sony. I don't need the Panasonic book. I need the book from Nokia. Okay? Do the human beings need the guidance of Marx or Lenin? Do they need the guidance of some human being to tell them, live your life like this and like that? No, they didn't make us. What do we need their guidance for? They themselves, they need guidance. Yes, they themselves need guidance. We human beings, we want guidance from the one who made us. That makes sense. And you know what? Imagine every time you bought a mobile phone, the mobile phone company sent along a personal advisor to teach you how to use it. What would you think of that? Good service. Yes? You would tell everyone, get these guys are amazing. Not only do they give you the phone and the instruction manual, they send someone along to teach you exactly what to do. And he will stay with you until you know how to do it. That's great, huh? You have to admit, that's good. So think, isn't it fantastic? That not only did Allah the Creator, our Creator and the Creator of all the things in this universe, send the human beings a book. Well, He sent in fact many books. But the last of those books He sent is the Quran. And with the Quran, Allah sent a practical example to teach us how to follow this Quran. That was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yes. So Allah, He sent the instruction manual and He sent the Prophet to teach us practically how to follow that guidance. And when you study the Quran, and when you read the Quran, an amazing thing happens. Your heart becomes very happy. And you become very convinced that this is from God. Like some other books, and I have read many books. Before I became Muslim, I studied many different religions. And I read the books of many different religions. In fact, I remember one religion was telling me that the earth is resting on an elephant, which is standing on a tortoise, which is swimming in the sea. Yeah, this one religion I came across said this. Does this sound like a religion from the one who created the universe? No, it sounds like someone was thinking, how can I tell my child these things, and they made this bedtime story. Huh? Or like when I used to study Greek and Latin at school, we used to study ancient Greek and Latin, and with that we would study the stories of the gods of the ancient Greeks. So one of the stories of the gods of the ancient Greeks was that there was one goddess, she was breastfeeding her baby, the baby god, and it bit her nipple and the milk came out, and that's the Milky Way. Does that sound like a book that's from God? No, it doesn't. It does not sound like a book that's from God. When you read the Quran though, what do you find? It is mentioning things that scientists have only begun to discover today. Have not the unbelievers in Surah Al-Anbiya, the meaning, have not the unbelievers seen that the heavens and the earth were joined together, then they were rent asunder, and we created from water every living thing? Subhanallah. Will they not believe? The Quran mentions how Allah turned to the heavens when it was dukhan, smoke. And many, many amazing things the Quran mentions that nobody could have known 1,400 years ago. So now you see, how does Islam bring peace? First of all, there is one God who created the universe. And God is not like anything in this universe. He is unique. He is eternal and ever living, wise and powerful. And you know what? That makes sense. And I feel at peace with that. Because my reason and my belief, they're not fighting each other. And God has sent guidance. And when I look at this guidance, the Quran, this book you can see must be from God. And you look at Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the messenger of God, and when he lived his life, you feel at peace because you will see that this man is the real example of how to be a good human being. And this you see when we know our Aqidah, and I'm only mentioning some few things. The more you study and the more deeply you look into this belief of the Muslim, whether it is the belief in Allah and the angels, or the books and the scripture, or the day of judgment, which really we think about it. I know someone who used to be an atheist. But even when he was an atheist, he didn't believe in God. He used to say, you know what, but it would be really good that there's a day of judgment.